The invention of the first microwave oven was not the result of a carefully planned experiment or a grand design, but rather a lucky accident that forever changed the way humans cook and eat. The story begins in the mid-20th century. During a time when radar technology was rapidly advancing due to World War II, scientists and engineers were exploring the potential of magnetrons devices that generate microwaves to improve radar systems used to detect enemy aircraft. Among these scientists was Percy Spencer, a self-taught American engineer who worked for the Raytheon Corporation, a company deeply involved in radar research. Spencer's deep curiosity and problem-solving nature would soon lead to one of the most unexpected discoveries in modern kitchen history. Percy Spencer wasn't a typical engineer by any means. Born in 1894 in Howland, Maine, he lost his father at a young age and left school early to support his family. Despite his lack of formal education, Spencer was an incredibly resourceful learner, teaching himself about electricity and engineering. By the time he joined Raytheon in the 1930s, he had already established himself as one of the brightest minds in vacuum tube and radar technology. During the war, he was tasked with improving magnetron efficiency, a component crucial to radar systems that emitted concentrated microwave radiation. His work was primarily focused on military applications, but fate had other plans for him. One day in 1945, while testing a magnetron in Raytheon's laboratory, Spencer made an observation that would spark a revolution. As he stood near the active magnetron, he noticed that a candy bar in his pocket had melted. At first, he was puzzled. The lab's temperature hadn't changed, and there were no heat sources nearby. Intrigued, Spencer suspected that the microwaves emitted from the magnetron had something to do with it. Instead of dismissing it as a fluke, he decided to investigate further, driven by his relentless curiosity. To test his theory, Spencer placed some popcorn kernels near the magnetron. To his amazement, they began to pop one by one, just like they would over an open flame. Excited by this discovery, he then tried using an egg. When placed close to the magnetron, the egg's interior quickly heated, causing it to explode in the face of a nearby colleague. Though messy, this confirmed his suspicion microwave radiation could rapidly heat food from the inside out. This moment marked the accidental birth of microwave cooking. Spencer had stumbled upon a new and powerful way to transfer energy into food. Realizing the enormous potential of his discovery, Spencer and Raytheon began to develop a device that could safely harness this phenomenon for practical use. The first prototype he built was crude but functional. It consisted of a metal box into which microwaves were fed through a waveguide from a magnetron. The metal walls prevented the microwaves from escaping, while allowing them to bounce around and heat the food placed inside. The box was large and industrial, but it worked, and that was all that mattered in the beginning. Raytheon quickly recognized the potential commercial value of Spencer's discovery. In 1945, they filed for a patent on his microwave cooking process. The first commercial microwave oven, introduced in 1947, was called the Radarange. This name reflected its origin in radar technology. However, the first Radarange was nothing like the sleek countertop models we know today. It was about 6 feet tall, weighed over 700 pounds, and cost around $5,000, a huge sum at the time. It was primarily marketed to restaurants, ships, and large institutions, rather than home kitchens. The early Radarange ovens worked, but they were far from convenient. They required water cooling systems to keep the magnetron from overheating, and consumed a massive amount of electricity. Most consumers at the time were unfamiliar and even uncomfortable with the idea of cooking food using radiation. The association with radar and military technology didn't help either. For many years, microwave ovens were seen as experimental gadgets rather than practical household appliances. However, despite these early challenges, the technology gradually improved. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Raytheon and other companies continued refining microwave ovens, making them smaller, more efficient, and easier to use. Engineers replaced the water cooling systems with air cooling designs and found better ways to distribute microwave energy evenly inside the cooking chamber. Each improvement brought the device closer to being practical for everyday kitchens. In 1967, Raytheon licensed its microwave technology to Amana, a home appliance company which released the first countertop microwave oven, the Amana Radarange. This version finally brought microwave cooking into ordinary households. Priced around $500, it was still expensive but far more affordable than the original industrial versions. Its compact size and ease of use made it an instant hit among busy families who wanted to save time in the kitchen. What had once been a scientific curiosity was now a domestic convenience, revolutionizing mealtime. The rise of the home microwave oven coincided with changing lifestyles in post-war America. More families had two working parents, and convenience foods were gaining popularity. The microwave perfectly matched the era's demand for quick, easy meals. Frozen dinners and instant foods were designed specifically for microwave cooking, sparking a new wave of food innovation. By the 1970s, microwaves had gone from obscure lab experiments to must-have kitchen appliances across the country. The science behind how microwaves cook food is relatively simple, yet brilliant. Microwave ovens use magnetrons to generate electromagnetic waves at a frequency of about 2.45 gigahertz. These waves cause water molecules inside food to vibrate rapidly, producing heat through friction. Unlike conventional ovens, which heat food from the outside in, microwaves penetrate food and heat it evenly from within, significantly reducing cooking time. This made them ideal for reheating leftovers, defrosting meat, and cooking pre-packaged meals. Despite their convenience, early microwave ovens faced skepticism and myths. Some people feared they emitted dangerous radiation or destroyed the nutrients in food. Others complained that microwaved meals tasted different from traditionally cooked ones. Over time, education and improvements in design helped ease these fears. Manufacturers added safety features, including metal shielding and automatic shutoff mechanisms, to ensure microwaves couldn't leak harmful radiation. Eventually, people began to trust the technology more fully. Percy Spencer himself remained humble about his discovery. Like many inventors who chase fame, Spencer continued working as an engineer and rarely sought public attention. He held over 300 patents during his lifetime and contributed greatly to radar and electronic advancements. Yet his accidental encounter with a melted candy bar remains his most famous and influential achievement. His story stands as a testament to curiosity, persistence, and the unexpected paths that scientific discovery can take. The microwave oven's impact on society has been profound. It reshaped not just cooking, but the entire food industry. It led to the creation of microwave-safe containers, instant meals, and even changed restaurant operations. What was once a bulky radar experiment became a cornerstone of modern kitchens worldwide. Today, nearly every household owns a microwave, using it for everything from heating coffee to preparing full meals in minutes. Looking back, it's remarkable how one small accident transformed human culture. Percy Spencer's melted candy bar symbolizes the unpredictable nature of innovation, how discovery often emerges not from careful planning, but from noticing the unexpected and being curious enough to ask why. The microwave oven's journey from a radar lab experiment to a kitchen essential captures the spirit of human ingenuity, finding extraordinary potential in the ordinary. In essence, the story of the microwave's invention is not just about technology, it's about the power of curiosity. Percy Spencer's quick thinking, experimentation, and vision turned a scientific oddity into one of the most revolutionary household devices ever created. What began as a mysterious melting candy bar became a global phenomenon that changed the way we live.